Hey guys, Manatee Waifu here, and I have another Sims build for you. This is what I'm calling the Go Green Modern Loft House, and it is slightly modded. There's the only thing that's really modded in it, aside from the Move Objects mod that I struggle with later on. The only other thing that's really modded is I have some paintings that I threw on the walls that are definitely custom content. So keep that in mind. But I guess without further ado, let's get to it. So I started off building my bathroom because I knew that I wanted my bathroom to be 3 by 3, and really the bathroom is the only actual room inside of this house aside from like the main room. So I built my bathroom first, and I built another box around that box, raised the walls just a little bit. And then I struggled to try to figure out where to put my staircase. Originally I was going to put it there, and then I was like, no, let's flip it around. And I didn't end up liking where this one came out, and you'll see once we pop that up a little bit. And I didn't like that because I was like, no, my upstairs room's gonna be a really weird shape. So I decided to get rid of that and put it back in the original spot that I had it, more or less the original spot. So now I'm on to building my upper floor, and I just kind of built the general room right there with a little thing right there so I could delete out the floor. And I laid out some railing there. And of course right there I put some railing there too, but I was like, no, there's no point in having that one right there. So accidentally deleted out the roof of that room. So you know what, let's just go ahead and throw a slab on top. Boom, right there, done. All right, so I moved the house back again. I moved this house just all over this lot. I really wish I would have moved it a slightly bit more to the left, just a couple squares, I think. But in the end, I really did end up loving the layout of this house. So I decided to go with some steps out front, and I do add another set of steps later on. And of course, if you've seen any of my videos, I struggle with picking the right windows right off the bat. So I went with these big, wide windows, and I couldn't add the third window to the bottom there, but I ended up being okay with it because I was like, you know what, it gives it a little bit more character, a little bit more charm. So I didn't even turn on my cheats to put that window there after that. All right, now moving on to the wallpaper / walling. I went with a brick there because even though it's a modern house, I did want it to kind of feel homey. And I think that brick really does that. It really makes it feel homey. And then I added this door to the bathroom. Even though it has a window on it, I just loved how modern the door looked. So next up I was going to try to do some white walls there. I was struggling there. I was trying to figure out which wall color to do with the in the living room / kitchen, eat-in kitchen area. And I really, really like the, I think that's is it from City Living? It might be from City Living, but the paneled walls right there. I really love that. I use that a lot on my modern houses. And then I wanted to pop a color, so I did this beautiful green color. Green is one of my favorite colors, by the way, so I do end up using a lot of green in my builds. And I wanted to carry that green upstairs, so I threw some green on the wall there. And I was trying to figure out what other color I wanted to put on here. So I ended up doing like a white right there, and I ended up bringing that gray paneling up to the top there as well, so that it kind of carried itself up to the second floor. All right, now moving on to the kitchen. Now we're actually getting to the fun part. Placing the counters, I decided to go with the modern counters there, and in a pop of red color because I figured that more color and less gray would really make this house kind of more interesting, because I tend to stick with a lot of grays, but I really ended up liking the way this ended up. All right, so I made the color of the chairs red to match the cabinetry, and I went with kind of a modern style house. I really like this modern style couch. And I really like that style there, the one with the back is kind of slanted. And I went with that cute modern coffee table. And of course, we got to keep the modern theme going with a modern table for the TV stand, that's the right word. So I threw this green rug down because I wanted it to kind of match with the wall that's kind of already in that room. I didn't want that green wall to be like the only green piece of furniture or decor. And I decided to make a reading nook over here because I had this little corner, I wasn't doing anything with it. So I decided to make just a little bitty reading nook and add a light right here. I really like those lights because they don't take up a full square. So if you're trying to build a house really quick and you don't want to worry about doing the move objects cheat, you can still place that almost anywhere. And I was going to do a tile for the bathroom, but with those hexagon tiles, I think those are custom content. With those hexagon tiles, it's really hard to find a tile floor that looks good with it, because to me that's just almost too much tiles. It's just way too much. And then I was able to add just a little cabinet in there as well. All right, so moving on to the decor. This is custom content right here. I love the black and white paintings. And then this is custom content, and that's custom content. And I believe, no, the ones that I place on the stairs are not custom content. But I wanted some green and some red, so I got the best of both worlds there. And then I love the paintings. I've said this so many times. I love the city living decor. I love the city living paintings. I just love it. All right, so bedroom. So we got our bed right here. I believe that's Seasons. I think that's a Seasons bed and season end tables. And of course I used my little bitty light right there, and I needed a big light. And I really like that light. It's modern, it looks nice. And we need a wardrobe. I didn't end up liking that one, so let's boom, switch it out. All right, and then I needed a desk for a computer because modern houses, I always put computers in. Almost every house style, I put a computer in. At least I leave room for a computer just in case. And then here is where I decide to do the move objects cheat, but at the time I could not remember what it was called, the exact phrasing I need to type in. So at this point, I went and looked it up online. There we go. Throw a couple skill building items up here. And then some paintings on the wall, of course. I really, really, really love these paintings that are custom content here. I use them in a lot of my builds because they look very clean, modern. I love the green. Like I said, green is like my favorite color. Move some of those over a little bit so they're all centered. And threw a succulent poster above the bed. And I don't really know what's on that, the triple pictures there. I just kind of threw one up there. That was kind of black and white. And then I put that other poster up there. It has green and red, so it kind of all ties together. And another lamp, because why not? Lamps are great. Got some shrubberies, some plants. And then I was going to make the rug green in this room, but I was like, no, that's going to be way too much green. We got a green wall, we got green accents, too much green. All right, so the outside of the house, this part was really, really easy for me to end up deciding on something, because originally I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I didn't want it to be just one big white square or one big just blob. So I ended up going with this kind of gray brick on the bottom. And the top part was a little bit hard because I almost did like a pop of color. So I mean, it would look really good if you had like some sort of green color, almost like the one that's in that little green bathroom kind of area. Then we added some railings to our deck. And of course we got to have a little outdoor eating area on the front porch here. So we have this cute little couch. I think that's a Seasons couch, I'm pretty sure. I absolutely love the way that it's at a corner, at an angle. And it comes in so many different colors. You can do so many different things with it. It's great. All right, so I did this kind of, I think that's shale. I'm pretty sure it's shale, but it's from City Living. It's one of my favorite floor tiles right now. I kind of go in spurts where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm all about this one thing. So now this grass that I add is custom content. I kind of added it there because I wanted this tree to look a little bit more earthy, a little bit more overgrown, a little bit more natural. And then brace yourself, guys. This part is going to take forever. So Of course, we have our move objects sheet on, so we can kind of overlap a lot of these plants. This is probably what drove the price of my house up quite a bit because I added so many plants. It's ridiculous. I went a little overboard, but I actually really love the way it looks because with those big windows, in my head, I see someone who lives here is someone who really loves nature, but they also love the convenience of modern life. So they want to be close to nature because they have those big windows, but then they also want to live a little bit simply and in this loft kind of style. And so we throw some more plants over on this side, and I moved that just a little bit. It does clip that railing just a smidge, but I think that it's not too bad. It's not too distracting. And then, of course, we throw some more plants over here, all the way over here. I love those, I think they're hostas, maybe? I think the hostas. I love hostas. Growing up, we had a hosta bush on the side, or not bush, we had a hosta kind of garden on the side of our house, and they are, I think, perennials. Perennials are the ones that come back every year, right? But anyways, they were perennials, and so we ended up having to dig bulbs up from them, and like we would give them to people because there was just so many hostas. They were like holding us hostage. And then I decided to make a little fenced-in little yard area, and put a little gate right there, and then a little fire pit. And I think I end up moving that fire pit. Yeah, I end up moving it. And a little bee box because I love bee boxes. And we got some little log seats. And I wanted to make the place around the fire pit a little worn out, but I didn't like how that looked, so I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. There we go. And that is the house. I did end up saving it to the gallery. Oh, I noticed one thing that I messed up. Right there, that's it. I did end up saving this house to the gallery, and I will put in the description what to search for, what it's named, so that you guys can find it. Yeah. So if you guys liked this video, make sure that you give it a like. If you've seen a lot of my other stuff and you really like that, go ahead and, oh, yep, forgot a light over there. But if you seen my other builds and you like those, go ahead and subscribe because I have made quite a few of these. So I have a lot that I'm going to be sharing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I was going to name this the Go Green Modern Loft House, but I ended up changing that. So don't mind that kind of part in the video there. I ended up changing it, adding a description and all that fun stuff too. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.